inside. If you are in like a warm place, you should be outside. Like I'm in Nashville. I think I'm zone 7 and I'm gardening, you guys. Like I am ready to start picking stuff out of my garden. I'm pretty darn excited about it. All right. Just making sure that I'm live on YouTube. All right. We are here. So many of you, I see Carlsbad, California, Wisconsin, Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada. Time to garden from Kentucky, trying a winter sowing method. Ready to garden in Nova Scotia, Australia, Pittsburgh. I'm Omaha, Nebraska. So awesome. Irvine, California, San Diego, Austin. You guys are definitely gardening right now. Indiana, Georgia, North Carolina, sunshiny all day. Oh, that sounds amazing. New Jersey, UK, Milton, Georgia. All right, so grab your workbook. My teammate and awesome friend Monica just put the workbook in the chat. You can grab your workbook to download while we go through the class tonight. It is going to be fast paced. Raise your hand if you've got a pen or a pencil. You're going to need something to write with because we're going to fly through the class. Denise says she was gardening today in Danbury, Connecticut. Grammy says New Jersey raised bed 2023 getting ready. South Carolina, Powhatan, Virginia, Hamilton, Massachusetts. Y'all, we are from all over the place. This is so fun. All right, so I'm going to share my screen and go through the presentation together. It's going to be super fast paced, lots to learn. So be sure you grab a pen and a piece of paper so that you don't miss a thing. Sound good? All right, I'm going to share my messy screen. Y'all don't look at all the stuff I have here on my screen, okay? So I'm going to pull the chat down so I can see what you guys are saying. This is, what do they call that? This is crowd participation. You know what I'm saying? So I need you guys involved, especially on a Sunday night. I'm going to be honest with y'all. I'm a morning person. So I'm going to be relying on you guys for energy. All my night people, raise your hand. Raise your hand if you are a night person. Anybody? I see like 20, 25. Obviously, people like to scroll at night, right? I'm a scroller, not necessarily a teacher. So I'm going to need your energy. So tell me in the chat, I've got energy for you. Jody says she's a morning person too. Oh no, Jody. All right. Well, I just had a big dinner with my family, so I'm hoping that I can handle this. All right. So gardening, did y'all know what Gardenary stands for? Anybody? Well, it's right here. Garden plus ordinary is Gardenary. So our goal is that gardening becomes ordinary again. It used to be ordinary. Did you guys know that? You know, like that's kind of how we evolved as people, is gardening. And so our mission and vision at Gardenary is that that happens again. So who thinks the world would be a better place if everybody was growing a little bit of their own food? Just a little bit. You don't have to be a homesteader or anything, but do you think the world would be better if everybody was growing a little bit of their food? I think so. And so that's our mission at Gardenary. And that's why I'm so thankful that you are here spending your Sunday evening with me. Thank you so much for being here. All right, so pop quiz for you guys. I told you you're going to have to participate. This is a crowd participation. So A, B, C, D. What's most important for fast progress as a gardener? A, growing up on a farm. B, gardening consistently. C, watching hours of garden YouTube. Or D, lots of space and sunshine. What do we think? B or D or C or A? What do you guys think is most important? All right, well, I see a variety of answers, but most of you guys seem to agree with me. And I think that B is the right answer too. So you could have all the space, all the sun, you could have all the experience of growing up on a farm. You could just sit and watch YouTube for days. But if you do not get up and take your hands and go to garden, then you're not going to make a lot of progress, right? You got to like do something. So tonight's class is all about learning the skill of consistent gardening. And it's going to make a lot of sense as we go through tonight. So you can say that in the chat. I'm going to be consistent this year. That's our main goal. I would rather you grow just a little bit consistently than go all out for like a month and then quit. Anybody ever done that? Like you just go all out and then you're just tired. So our goal is consistency. Write that on your workbook. Okay. I love it. Megan says, I'm going to be consistent this year. So I would rather you go slow and do a little then try to do a lot and tuck her out, around May. Okay. My new book is coming April 25th, Leaves, Roots, and Fruit. Tonight's class is in celebration of my new book. I'm so excited to share it with you. And tonight we're going to be giving away 5 copies of my book. So stay tuned for that. And when you pre-order my book, pre-ordering my book means the world to me. We have some huge bonuses that I cannot wait to tell you about tonight. So I see a lot of you guys are like, I already pre-ordered. Thank you, Jill. Thank you, Jen. So we're going to tell you all about the bonuses you get. So stay tuned for that. And if you haven't pre-ordered, you can just go ahead and do that right now. And we have some special things that we're going to give you at the end of tonight's class to say thank you, because the pre-order means the world. All right, Monica is putting the link to the workbook. You can fill it out, or you can just write down in a piece of paper, on a little notebook or journal or something. Okie dokie. You're definitely going to want to write some things down. Maybe take a couple of screenshots as we go through. All right, so when my book, I shared that we're going to give away 5 copies of Leaves, Roots, and Fruit. You can find out more about my book at leavesrootsandfruit.com. It is coming in less than 2 months. I cannot wait to get it into your mailbox. Here are a couple of the chapter faces, what they look like. These were photographed over 2 years, 2021 and 2021 and 2022. It was a 2-year in the making book, and I know you're going to love it. And I know it is going to help you garden consistently. That is the main goal of the book. Here's me. No, this is not me. That's my daughter and my husband. And I got a first question for you. How much garden experience do you have? 1, you're just starting out. 2, you've been gardening for a few seasons. 3, you are a pro. You've been doing this for quite a while. 1, 2, or 3, rate yourself. Tell me in the comments right now. I see 1s and 2s and 3s. I see a lot of 1s, which is awesome. Couple of 2s, I see a 1.5. I love that. So tell me in the chat if you're 1, 2, or 3. There is no wrong answer. And we have something for everybody who's here tonight. So that's really good for you to know. Somebody said I'm actually a 0. That is the best place to start, at 0. Okay, so write that down. How much experience you have. That's something you want to remember. I'm going to match this close to the end of the class, so stay tuned. All right, how much space do you have? 1, you just got like a little bitty patio, maybe even just a windowsill. 2, you've got a little bigger spot, maybe on a driveway or at the end of a porch. 3, you've got a bigger place, maybe like my garden here. This was my first really successful garden in Houston. This is like along a driveway or something. 4, you got room for like 4 big raised beds. 5, you got acres. You're like going to farm one day. Like you could garden, you could feed all of us here tonight with your land. All right, I see all kinds of different answers. Again, there's no wrong answer. You just want to know yourself, know thyself, right? So we want to know thy space. 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, how much space do you have? Nice. Number 3 question, how much time can you wait for harvest? Some of us are impatient. That would be me, okay? How long can you wait to harvest from your garden? 15 days, 30 days, 45 days, 60 days, or you can wait 90 plus days. You have so much patience. You can just sit and watch those plants for 3 months before you need them to give you anything. All right, this is an important thing to know about yourself, because this is going to determine what we're going to grow, okay? All right, I see lots of 30s. I'm a 30 kind of girl. I like 30 to 45. That's my range. Like I may be able to hang in there for 90, but I need something on the way to 90. You know what I'm saying? Like if my hands are empty for 90 days, I'm giving up. Okay. That's just the way it is. All right. She said, I can wait, but I would like to have something at 30. I feel the same way. All right. Next question. We only got 2 more questions. How much time can you tend your garden every week? 15 minutes, 25 minutes, 35 minutes, 65 minutes, or more than 90 minutes. This is a week. So on a weekend, how much time do you need to tend your garden? 90 minutes, or how much do you want to tend it? Somebody said all day long. She said, I don't want to do anything else. 65, 90, 90, 90. Oh my gosh, 30, 15 to 20. Okay, so this is super important to know. You want to really be honest here. Like I am a mom of 4 kids, and they play club sports. So even though I would love to be gardening on the weekend, that just isn't necessarily always going to be possible for me. So I aim for 60 to 90 minutes a weekend, but it doesn't always happen. All right, Paul said, I'm too busy taking all these classes. All right, well, stop taking the classes, Paul, because we want you to get out there and garden. All right, last question. How much sun does your space get per day? 1 to 4 hours, 4 to 6 hours, 6 to 8 hours, or more than 8 hours? Somebody said IDK, that's okay. So go for the low end if you don't know for sure, okay? All right, very good. Now we know ourselves. We know our situation. Now we are ready to learn from our plants. But I want to tell you, have you ever killed a plant? That's a question. Raise your hand if you've ever been a plant killer. I have definitely had a lot of, I don't like to say I killed them, but they died under my watch. Well, tonight I want to give you permission to be a victim. So you can put in the chat, I am a victim. I tell my kids that they cannot be a victim, okay? So if they're having a fight and one of them comes to me and she says, so-and-so did this and he did this, and I'm like, no. You have to take blame, okay? You have to choose what you did wrong in this situation. You know what I'm saying? But in this situation, I want to tell you guys, it is not your fault, okay? So you can just say, it's not my fault. Somebody else is to blame for me killing plants. And I'm going to tell you who's to blame, okay? Let's blame somebody else for our plant problems. Number one, the grocery store. So when we go to the grocery store, raise your hand if you're like me, you go in, everything is available all the time and it all looks beautiful. Yes? It's like gorgeous pineapples and kiwis and watermelons and peppers and tomatoes and celery and parsley and lettuce. And they're all available all the time. So we have like no education on the way our food works from the grocery store, right? And we think that in our garden, we're just gonna walk out and poof, everything is gonna look amazing. So blame it on the grocery store, okay? The second place you can blame is the garden industry. Now, I love garden stores, don't get me wrong. They take all my money from me. I don't know what happens, but the garden industries, I have to tell you, they're not really that interested in you keeping plants alive. What are they most interested in? Do we know? They are most interested in selling plants. Yes, because if they don't sell the plants, then they'll die at their store and then they lose money, right? So they are going to bloom up their plants. They are going to make their plants look as beautiful as possible. They're not going to sell you little baby plants, because that is actually the best kind of plant to buy, but it's not very attractive, right? If you walk in and all you see these tiny little green sprouts, you're not buying. You want these fancy, colorful things, right? And so what happens is they pump these up with some fertilizers to make them look gorgeous to us. Well, then we bring them home and we don't know what they've been doing to them, right? So then we don't do those things to our plants. And guess what happens? Anybody had this happen to them? Their plant just sits there and sits there and sits there and dies a very long, slow, painful, expensive death, right? But it's not your fault. It's the garden industry's fault. And so you can just say, I am the victim, all right? And the last reason why you have killed a few plants is because of the green thumb myth. So the green thumb myth works hand in hand with the garden industry, right? Because we have this belief, all of us, I don't know why, but we don't see gardening as a skill. We see gardening as a talent that is bestowed upon some people and withheld from others, right? Do y'all see this? You either have it, you're either Harry Potter, or you are a muggle, correct? You either pick up the wand and it works, or you're just out, like you are not invited to Hogsworth. Is that what it's called? Something like that, right? So what we do is we're like, I wonder if I have a green thumb. How will I find out? I'm going to go to the garden store. I saw some celery at the grocery store today. So I bet celery is a good thing to grow. I'm going to buy some celery from the garden center and I'm going to bring it home and put it in the garden. And if it dies, then I don't have a green thumb. But if it lives, I have a green thumb, right? We literally do this. I cannot tell you how many of my clients say, oh, this is not going to work for me because I kill all my plants. And why do they kill all their plants? Because of the garden industry. Okay. So is everybody enjoying being a victim right now? Is everyone enjoying the fact that they're not to blame? Yes. All right. So now let's move on and grow with our plants. All right. So now that we know that it's not our fault. So let me tell you a little story about me and running. Okay. So in not high school, well, in high school, I was a cheerleader, and it is a sport. Did y'all know it has been declared a sport? But when I got to college, that sport really wasn't working for me anymore. And I decided I wanted to become a runner or start running. So I was living with my aunt and uncle in Houston, and I told my uncle I want to start running. He was a runner, and he did the coolest thing. He bought me this book. I think it was called Galloway's Book on Running, and he started challenging me. So he'd say, "Hey, Nicole, today you're going to do run to the end of the block and then walk, and then run to the end of the next block and then walk, and do that around the whole block and get home. It'll take you about a mile." And so he'd give me these little exercises. I found kind of directions in the book. I could identify who I was as a runner. And then on Saturdays, we would do our long run. So, every Saturday we'd try to push ourselves and go a little bit further. So this was June of the summer after my sophomore year in college. Y'all, by the end of the summer, I registered for a 5K, and I ran that thing. I mean, I kind of jogged it, but I did it. I did a 5K. So I went from never running before, any kind of distance, to running a 5K in the end of the summer. Then I go to college, and my roommate wants to run. So we start running 3 days a week, 6 miles a time. So we were running 18 miles a week. Keep that up, get to my senior year, and I ran a half marathon. All right, so very cool. I became a runner. I would call myself a jogger. I still jog to this day. Now, when I started gardening, after I had a couple of my kids, running was a little harder. And I was like, I need a new sport. I'm going to learn how to garden, right? I'm like, that's my new sport, gardening. Great. And then I was like, where's my training manual, right? Where's that book that my uncle gave me? Where's my uncle? Who's going to tell me what to do and when? And where's the training plan? How I can run to the end of the block, catch my breath, and then run to the end of the next block. That's what I was looking for, right? So I was just trying to figure it out. And I couldn't find a training manual. So 2 nights class and my new book, Leaves, Roots, and Fruit, it is the training manual. I am literally going to show you what I wish I had 10, 15 years ago when I started gardening. So get ready. Are you ready to run? We're going to run in the garden. Okay. All right. Just had to tell you that little story. It's going to make more sense as we go, because it's a little, just get ready. It's just going to keep coming back. The running metaphor. Is it a metaphor or an analogy? I don't know. Okay. Let me pull my chat back up and start my little slideshow. All right. This is the part where you're definitely going to want to take notes. I mean, you could have taken notes at all these things, but this part definitely. All right. How plants grow. So here we have, I don't know what I just did, but that was not right. Okay. So how plants grow. We have this little picture here, right? So these are the stages of growth for the plant. And you guys can help me fill in the blanks. So right on the first stage, what do we have? Y'all probably learned this in 3rd grade, right? So when the plant first starts to grow, we have a seed, right? It's just starting to grow as a seed. Hold on one sec. I got to clear my screen here. When it just starts to grow, we have that seed, right? Oh, I'm showing you all my notes. And then we have a sprout, or it's otherwise known as a microgreen. Then we have leaves and stems. So what happens here at this stage of the plant's growth is the plant is trying to produce a lot of leaves. Up until this point, the plant is feeding off the seed. At this point, the plant is using the leaves to produce food. How does it do that? Through photosynthesis, right? So the leaves are growing really fast to try to make as much food for the plant as possible. The next stage, the plant has already been growing roots, but now the roots go deep, okay? The plant is pushing roots down to store energy for long-term growth. So as those leaves reach up and get sunlight, they push that energy down into the roots to store it and hold it as the plant is getting ready for the next stage, which is flowering. And flowering is the first stage for reproduction. So many times we think that plants are literally fighting against us, but the reality is plants actually want to live. Literally, it's in their DNA. They want to live, not just for themselves. They want to reproduce. They want to make tons of babies, y'all. These plants want to have a ton of babies. And when are you going to find that out? When they make fruit and seeds. So not all plants will have fruit, but all plants will make seeds. So say it with me, plants want to live, okay? So here's the magic part. We're going to talk about how this happens over time. So the seed happens in about the first 5 days. It's going to start pushing that first little radical outside of itself. It has all the food it needs right inside that seed. As soon as you add water and put it in warm soil, boom, it starts to wake up. At about 10 days, we get a microgreen, which is really magical. You can literally eat so many things at the 10-day mark, you guys. Y'all said y'all could wait till 15 days. We're talking 10 days here. Next, we have 30 days. This is when the leaves and the stems become big enough to eat and enjoy. Then we move to the roots. At 60 days, a lot of roots are fully formed and storing loads of nutrition and food underground. At 75 days, plants start to flower and begin the reproductive cycle. And then at 90 days or more, they start to make fruit and seeds. So remember how I asked you how long you're willing to wait for your harvest? Well, let me tell you this. There is something to eat at every stage of plant growth. How cool is that? So even if we're growing something that has to go all the way till the 90 days, there are other plants we can be eating that are ready at 15, 25, 30, 45, 65 days. Is that cool? That is very good news to me because I'm hungry. I don't know about y'all, but like I'm not just hungry once every 90 days. You know what I mean? All right, so this is how we're going to grow with our plants. We're going to divide all of our plants into 3 categories: leaves, roots, and fruit. Do you get the title of my book now? Do you get it? Anybody following? Raise your hand. You know why? Now it's like a aha. Oh, this is why the book is named Leaves, Roots, and Fruit. All right, so we're going to work together and categorize our plants into leaves, roots, and fruit. So this is what you'd see at the grocery store, right? And this is why gardening can feel hard, because this is what the grocery store looks like. And we're like, are all these ready at the same time? Do they all take the same amount of time to grow? Well, we're going to get some clarity by putting them into categories. So let's start out with leaves. And you guys tell me in the chat a bunch of leaves that you could grow that only are going to take 15 to 45 days. So here are some of my favorites: Swiss chard, kale, spinach, collards, basil, arugula, mustards, lettuce, parsley, cilantro, and cabbage. And that's just the start. There's like hundreds more leaves you can grow and eat in your garden, and they're ready in 15 to 45 days. I mean, is that a good length? I think so. All right, now let's talk about some roots. Throw up some roots. Don't throw them up, sorry. Type them up in the chat. Here are some of my favorite roots: radishes, carrots, parsnips, beets, potatoes, turmeric, garlic, onions, and ginger. There are, again, many more roots you can grow, but these are some of my favorites to grow. In fact, I just planted, well, actually, I paid my daughter to help me, but we just planted this weekend probably about 50 potatoes. So I'm pretty darn excited about that. All right, now let's talk about fruit. So these are going to go 60 to 90 plus days. Tell me your favorite fruit to grow or that you'd love to grow. Here's some of mine: tomatoes, cucumbers, squash, peppers, beans, peas, melons, and berries. And of course, so many more like fruit, tree fruit like apples and pears and peaches are in here too. All right, so you might want to take a screenshot of this because this literally shows you how you can grow just one category or all 3 categories, but it shows you how they're ready at different intervals of time, right? So while you're waiting for the tomato that takes 90 plus days, you could have leaves every 25 or 30 days all along the way as you wait for your tomatoes. Does that sound like a good plan? I like this, right? So that you have the leaves and the roots while you wait on the fruit. Or you could absolutely fill your plate and your harvest basket with just leaves and feel completely satisfied. All right, so now is when these things are going to make sense. They're going to all come together because I'm going to show you how to grow with your plants, what this means. This is your aha moment. All right, so we're going to match your resources with the stage of the plant's growth. All right. So go back to the very beginning when we first started. And I asked you how much experience you have, how much time you want to tend the garden, how much space, and how much sun, right? So right now you're going to think about, okay, based on what I was, thinking through of my level, what I have in terms of my resources, what would be the best category or categories to focus on this year? All right, remember I said gardening's like running, right? So we're going to go back to this. And let me ask you a question, all right? So when I first started gardening, when I first started running and I ran to the end of the block, all right? I ran to that stop sign. What did I need to get myself there? What were the resources I needed to get myself to the stop sign? What do y'all think? A little water. Yeah, I need a little bit of water before I left. Some tennis shoes for sure. I needed a plan. I didn't need a lot of time, right? Like 10 minutes max, maybe a little bit of time to like hype myself up before I go. But that's about it, right? So I just need a little bit of water, maybe a snack like way before or after, a little bit of time, and just like some determination, right? To just like, I'm about to kind of make a fool out of myself because people don't necessarily often just run to the end of the block and stop. So maybe the biggest thing I needed at that point was courage, right? Like, I'm going to do this and I don't care what a fool I look like, right? All right. Now, what resources did I need to do that 5K at the end of the summer? So to do the stop sign, I needed just some water and tennis shoes. For the 5K, I'm going to need a little bit more, right? Like, what am I going to need? I need a plan, definitely. I need like half of a day to go and do the race for sure. I got to sign up. I got to plan ahead, right? And register. I'm probably going to want some snacks before I go and after I'm done. I got to go get the t-shirt and the number. Yes. Okay. So y'all can see it takes more, right? To do the 5K. Now let's go to like the half marathon that I did more than a year later. What do I need for that? All right. So for this, I need a lot of snacks. Okay. Y'all need to send me lots of snacks if I'm going to run a half marathon. I'm going to need like some of that goo stuff and some granola bars. Anybody else need snacks if they're going to run 13.1 mile? A lot, and a lot of water. And I'm going to need a pair of really nice shoes. And I also want like a cute outfit. Like if I have to run that long, I need to look good. You know what I mean? I got to register, and then I need a lot more time. I'm going to need like a day, like a whole day to be ready and to do this race, right? Okay, so are you following me? So here, what you see here, leaves, stop sign, okay? Roots, 5K, fruit, half marathon. Got it? So to grow leaves, you don't need much, like just a little time, a little bit of water, a little bit of sunshine, a little bit of space. All right, it's just like running to the end of the block. Probably the biggest thing you need is courage. 5K, you need more time, more space, more sun, a little bit more experience. Still not terrible. You can still get it done. Half marathon, more space, more sun, a lot of snacks. In other words, these plants need very rich soil, good compost, lots of tending, lots of planting. All right, are you following me? Raise your hand if you're like, yes, I get it. Leaves, roots, and fruit. So you can write that down. Leaves are the stop sign. Roots are the 5K, and fruit is the half marathon. All right, so here is the picture. You might want to take a screenshot of this. This is your training plan, okay? So at 15 days, you can grow sprouts. 25 days, you can get an herb harvest. 35 days, you can get greens harvest. 45 days, you can get a roots harvest. 75 days, you can get a tuber harvest. 90 days, you can get a small fruit harvest. 100 days, you can get a large fruit harvest. And when we get to 120 days, you can have new seeds. And guess what? You can start the whole process over again. So you get to decide right now. Remember, I told you the most important thing is gardening what? What's the most important for progress? That's right, it's consistency. So it's a lot easier to garden consistently at a 15-day cycle, right? Versus a 120-day cycle. So I'm going to walk you through what this looks like for each category of plant. But I want you to write this down. Good things take time. It takes time. It's not like a grocery store where it's just instantly works, right? We got to wait. All these things grow over time. So you can screenshot these as we go through. I'm going to show you what resources you need to grow these things. So for microgreens, you just need a little bit of sun. You can either do it in a windowsill, they're going to be a little bit leggy, or you can do it under lights. If you stay till the end, I'll show you what one of my microgreen trays looks like. I have about 6 right now that look amazing. They only need about 15 days, and you just need like one little tray at a time if you want to. And it's just going to take a few minutes a week to tend those. For herbs, they need a little bit more space. You can still do this in a windowsill or under lights. They are going to give you the most growth if they're outside, but they don't need a lot of space. And you're just going to tend it a little bit. And the cool thing about herbs is most of your tending is just harvesting. All right, for greens, this is stage 3. They do need a little bit more days. I like to add up to 16 square feet. This allows you to have enough space where you get a lot of salad harvests. This is going to be outdoors. You can do some indoors, but you'll get the best production, even if you can just like put it on a little patio or your front stoop. Water it almost daily, and then you're going to tend it just about 10 to 15 minutes a week. Root crops, this is stage 4. They need more like 2 months, and I like to give them a full like 4 to 16 square feet. So you have a lot of room for these to spread out. These are going to be outdoors. You can water them daily, and you're only going to tend them about 5 to 10 minutes a week until you start to harvest. Tubers and bulbs, this is like ginger, garlic, potatoes. These are funny because they actually take longer, but they're a little simpler to grow, I think. So these are 75 days, and they're going to go like 4 to 32 square feet. They do need to be outdoors. You could start them indoors, but they have to go outdoors. Water weekly and tend about 10 minutes a week, probably not even that much. Small fruit, you guys, we are now at the half marathon stage. So you're going to have to up your consistency here. This is stage 6. You need about 75 days to get to the fruit. You need 4 to 16 square feet. You're going to sunlight is outdoors, water them daily, and you're going to tend them about 30 minutes. I'll tell you, when my tomatoes really start taking off every week, I'm pruning them, watering them, and adding some nutrients to the soil around them. Large fruit. Here we're on stage 7. These things get big, you guys. So we're looking at over 90 days, at least 16 square feet. They have to be outdoors. Water them weekly, and then you're going to tend them. If these are in the ground, they could take a good bit of work to tend manually. Like if you're out there digging, adding compost, pruning, you can end up giving it a good number of minutes every week. And then we finish off with seeds. This is stage 8, and this is over 4 months' time to get the plants all the way from seed back to seed, right? It's gone through the entire life cycle. You may not have to tend it that much a week, but if you get toward the end, you will have to. All right, so take a look at my garden here. This is from Chicago. We took this from my first book, and can you see the variety of things here? Pictured here are actually all of our categories, right? We've got the leaves, we've got the roots, carrots are in there somewhere too, and then we've got our fruit. So I love this picture because it shows, one, look at my garden. It is still very full, right? And yet I have all these things I've harvested, and I've harvested them all together here. But in actuality, I've been harvesting those herbs and that kale and those greens all throughout the year. Like I started harvesting them in April, and I harvested them all the way until December. So you see them all together right here, but in reality, some of these things, the leaves and the roots, you get to harvest way more often than you harvest the fruit. All right, so does anybody feel like this right now? Anybody, raise your hand if you feel like I just took a water hose and just sprayed you in the face. But I was trying to give you something to drink, I swear. Okay, let's take a poll and clear this up, okay? We're going to clean it up, simplify it. So based on your resources right now, do you think it's best for you to grow leaves, roots, or fruit first? Based on where you are right now, do you want to grow leaves, roots, and fruit, or fruit all all three of them or just two of them? What do you think in the chat? Tell us in the chat. What is the thing you're going to focus on first based on what we just did today? Now, I'd love for you to put in the chat your aha moment. So this is when we're going to pick our 5 winners to pre-order my book for you guys. So you can share your aha moment, just one sentence, something that really sticks out to you from today's class. So I see lots of leaves and roots. All 3, says Sue Ellen. Leaves and roots, says Lisa. So share your aha moment. What is something that you take away from today? And Monica is going to watch you guys, and she is going to pick 5 of you for me to pre-order my new book for you guys, Leaves, Roots, and Fruit. All right, so I see grow with your plants, good things take time, the leaves, roots, and fruit, seeing them all spaced out in categories, realizing that it's not my fault. That's right, it's the garden industry's fault. That green thumb is a myth. All right, I love these aha moments. So Monica's going to put it in the chat, and when I come to Q&A, I will announce those too. So here's the winners. Monica has put those in the chat. You can email us at monica@gardenary.com, and we will purchase the book for you and send it your way. But if you didn't win, let me tell you, everybody tonight is a winner, and I'll show you what I mean. So here's my next question. Now that we've gone through the class, what do you need now? So you understand the categories now. You know where to start. You know how to match your resources to the plant so that you can garden consistently this year. So what do you need now? That was the question I asked myself. I'm like, okay, I wrote this book. Now what? Like, they're going to have everything they need in the book, right? Well, I started thinking, like, I want to give you guys something more than just the book. So I was like, what if I made videos? What if I went out into my garden every week and I filmed myself growing all these things? So what if I filmed myself growing spinach, planting spinach, pruning spinach, harvesting spinach? What if I filmed myself planting radishes and potatoes and garlic and tomatoes and peppers and beans? What if I filmed the whole thing and then I gave it to you in like a course so that you could go in and you could go, okay, today I'm focused on leaves. I want to know how to grow spinach. And you could just search spinach, and then you could watch a video of me planting spinach, and you could plant it right alongside me. What do you guys think? Do you think that would help you? Like, help you make sure that you actually do what we just talked about? All right, so I was like, okay, I think this could work. Like, I think this could actually help everybody actually take my book and garden consistently with it, not just read it, but actually do something. So I've been building a course called Leaves, Roots, and Fruit. So it is like the complimentary course that goes along with my book. I started in January. I hired a full-time videographer, Molly. She comes and films with me 3 days a week. And we've been building this course for you guys. So it's the behind the scenes, step-by-step for each of the plants in the categories, leaves, roots, and fruit. Microgreens is in there. Arugula is in there. Carrots, radishes, potatoes, beans, tomatoes, of course. They're all inside the course, and then I'll be updating you as I go through the season so we can actually grow together. So it's called the Leaves, Roots, and Fruit course, and one day soon it'll be about $300 because this thing is robust. Like I've never filmed such a detailed course before that's plant by plant by plant. But here's the cool thing, you guys, because you're here, I want to tell you, this course is not $297. It's not $197. It's not even $97. It is not even 97 cents. It is completely for free. It's free. What do y'all think? Is that good? $0 to get the full course. So I want to show you what the course looks like. And I also want to tell you how you can get it for free. So the way you can get it for free is pre-ordering my book, Leaves, Roots, and Fruit. So as soon as you order my book, Leaves, Roots, and Fruit tonight, go to leavesrootsandfruit.com. There's a place for you to enter your order number. And when you enter your order number on that page, we will sign you up for the course. We'll email you and give you the password, and you'll immediately get access to the entirety of the Leaves, Roots, and Fruit course. And what it shows you, there's these behind the scenes videos of me planting, tending, all that stuff. And we'll be adding to this course as we go through the book in the coming months. So this whole course, what's here now and what's coming, is yours right away as soon as you pre-order the book tonight. And if you've already pre-ordered the book, then all you have to do is put in your order number at leavesrootsandfruit.com, put in your email address in the form, and we're just going to email it to you. So yours free. This whole course is free for you to have, not just today, not just this summer, but for good. And all you have to do is pre-order my book. And I just checked on Amazon, I think all over, they've lowered the price of my book to just $27. So you get a full course worth over $300 for just $27, but you actually get a book. Like, that's the main thing you get is my book, but I'm going to give you the full course too. So all you have to do is go to leavesrootsandfruit.com. You order the book and then come put your details in and we will give you the course for free. Yay. Also, while we're live, if you order while we're here tonight, I'm also going to include my salad garden guide. So this is a 100-page book. It's for sale in the Gardenary shop. It's, I think, $10. But this is yours for free if you order while we're live tonight. So you can get started on reading if you're like, I really want to read. I don't necessarily want to watch. Well, here you go. Here's a whole book on salad gardening. And if you know me, salad gardening is my favorite thing. And I want to be sure you guys don't miss the salad season while we wait for April to get here. So this is $10. This comes with. And let me show you what's inside the guide. This thing is robust. I built this book years ago. It was like my first passion. Let me show you how big this book is. Look at this. It's full photos. It's going to show you how to like locate your salad garden, how to build your bed. I give you all the measurements to build yourself a beautiful bed for your salad garden. I tell you how to come up with the soil. I tell you how to set up a watering system. I tell you how to like categorize your plants. Y'all, this whole thing is very detailed, okay? And this is yours when you pre-order my book tonight. This will be in your email. We'll have a little link to this ebook as soon as you enter your pre-order information. So that's just bonus just for signing up while we're here live tonight. So I know you're going to love it. I love it. And I know it'll get you started right away. So, and beginning tomorrow, we have one more bonus tomorrow for the next 5 days. I'm going to teach you how to do my super simple salad box. So if you're on Instagram, I've been talking about this 16 square foot bed. It's just a 16 square foot bed, and you can grow like 6 months of salad from this one box. So over the next 5 days, I'm going to send you a little challenge email and video that's going to show you how to set this up and to grow loads and loads of salad. So that's also your bonus when you buy my book tonight, because we start tomorrow. It's coming very soon. So I like to say you can grow at least $900 worth of salad in just that little square foot. And it may even be more these days because, you know, like the price of food is like, oh my goodness, it's crazy. All right, so here's just a couple of the gardens that some of my students have built after watching my videos and reading my ebooks and joining me in courses. If it's worked for them, I know it is going to work for you. And you get access to all this for such a great price because it's just the cost of my book. So if you go to leavesrootsandfruit.com tonight while we're here live, I'm about to answer a couple of your questions. And then you just put in your order information into the type form at leavesrootsandfruit.com. We will send over to your email immediately all the details for the course that we're going to give you for free. $99, free 99. It's all yours. The salad garden guide is yours, and the super simple salad box challenge is yours as well. So all you got to do is pre-order while we're live, and boom, you're going to get it. All right, I'm going to stop my share and answer questions that you guys have. Let's see what you got in the chat. I'm going to put this here. So you can ask anything, ask me anything, and I will answer for you guys. I'm in New Jersey. If I start lettuce from seed, should I be watering every day? Absolutely. So lettuce, you'll learn this inside the Salad Garden Guide book. Lettuce is very water It's like 99% water, it's like 90% water. So if you let it dry out, it will often die out. So you want to keep it watered until it germinates. That means pops up and starts to grow. And as soon as that happens, you can spread out your watering to every few days. Okay, how much more tending do fruits need? Fruit is not going to need a ton of tending right at the beginning, but it's going to start needing tending as soon as it starts to flower. So you're going to need to prune it back so that it focuses on flowering and fruiting more than producing leaves. And then you need to add more food to the base of the plant. You can do that through compost or just natural additions to the soil. You need to make sure it gets a deep watering once a week. So those are the general requirements for fruiting plants. Cindy says, do all these categories get planted in the same sun exposure? Great question, Cindy. So this is why I say, just like running, right? Learning to run with leaves, roots, and fruit, you don't have to have the same resources for everything. So you don't need nearly as much sun for leaves as you do for fruit, okay? So tell me if you guys pre-ordered, check your email. Everyone who already pre-ordered, will you tell me if you check your email, did you get the bonuses in your email? I just want to be sure. All right, Wanda said, I ordered from Amazon. How do you know I did it? So just go right now while we're live to the leavesrootsandfruit.com, put in your information, including your order number and your email, and then go check your email. All right, Sonia said, I got them. Erin said, yes. Mara said, I got them. Mary said, yes. Kyla said, I got it all. Katie said, I got the bonuses. So awesome. I ordered from Amazon and I already got the email. Yay. That's so awesome. All right. It's leavesrootsandfruit.com. Doreen said, I'm going to send this as a gift to my daughter. Thank you. Dottie said, I got them fast. All right. I pre-ordered and filled out the form, but I didn't get the super simple salad box bonus. That's coming tomorrow. So the super simple salad box bonus begins tomorrow. All of us will go through it together. I wanted to wait until tonight's last class so we can all do it together. Devin said, I'm her daughter. I love it. I'm her daughter too. Can I get one? What if I pre-order and then I get picked for a book? If you got picked for a book, then you can gift that book to someone else. That would be awesome. Do I need grow lights to grow inside? Said Sarah. You do need grow lights to grow inside. Or yes, or you need an extremely bright window. But even I've personally found that when I grow inside without lights, my things get very leggy. So I definitely need grow lights. Do I have a good composting system? So a worm composter is, I think, the most efficient. It's something you can start that's very small. I now have a very large composter called a Jora, but it is a beast and it is also very challenging to put together. Let me just say that. But a worm composter is a wonderful way to get started. We made elevated beds 2 years ago. Should we amend the soil every year? Yes, Robin. You should add compost at least every time you replant. I add compost to my soil every time I plant, which is about every 3 months. Julia said, I pre-ordered from Amazon. Awesome. All right. So if you pre-ordered and you didn't get the bonus, let me know. All you have to do is go to leavesrootsandfruit.com. If you go while we're live, then you guys are going to get the salad garden guide included. And you'll also get the super simple salad box, which starts tomorrow, plus the Leaves, Roots, and Fruit course. It's amazing. January said she got it. January, I love your name. All right, will I do a video on worm composting? Yes, Cindy, remind me. I will make that a priority. Leavesrootandfruit.com. So leave out the extra S, Shirley, just leavesrootandfruit.com. Jody said she got the bonuses. Yay. All right, somebody else wants a course on preserving. You guys are getting demanding here. That's awesome. Okay, it's leavesrootsandfruit.com. Monica, will you put the link to the website in there a couple more times? Oh, she just did it. Leavesrootsandfruit.com. Critters, don't you have chipmunks and squirrels in Nashville? I definitely have squirrels. This morning, a squirrel ate like 5 of my tulips. It was so annoying. Let's see. I'm in North Carolina. I live in an apartment. I do have a patio. There's a canopy that blocks the sun. So I can only grow leaves. That's awesome, Jocelyn. I mostly grow leaves too, and I have a ton of space. So in the bonus, you're going to learn how to grow microgreens and sprouts and kale and arugula and spinach and romaine and butter crunch and cabbages. You're going to learn to grow so many leaves. You're going to just like leaf out, like you're going to love it. Okay, link the website. I can't get to it. Okay, Monica just linked it again. If you look at her link, it says pre-order the Leaves, Roots, and Fruit book, and it has click here to get the bonuses. I don't have a promotion code for Amazon. So all you have to do once you order is just come back and give your details. Let's see what else we got. I pre-ordered Amazon, but didn't get the free videos. So all you have to do to get the free bonus is go to leavesrootsandfruit.com and we will send you the bonus once you put in your order details. So as soon as you tell us your order number and you press go, you press submit with your, with your email address, then we will send you all of it to your email. Okay, does that make sense? Yes, awesome. All right, if you order it, you definitely works for the Kindle version. Just send us the order number at leavesrootsandfruit.com. And if you have trouble getting in, you can just email us at hello@gardenary.com and we will set you up. All right, let's see. Caitlin says, I started leaking kale seeds inside in Massachusetts. Do you have any tips for good lights? Yes. So if you go to my Amazon shop, I have a couple of lights linked, little like, little temporary lights, or kind of you can clip here and there. I'm going to put the link in the chat. So you can use those, or you can set up like a really official one. I highly recommend a full spectrum LED light for growing. Do you guys want to see my, y'all want to see my microgreens? Let me see if I can go get them. All right, I'll be right back. Hold on one sec. I'm coming. All right, are you ready? Oh, look at this. Okay, so I just filmed this last Wednesday with Molly. We filmed, I called it mega microgreens. We planted 6 trays, and these are all going to be in your course. Okay, so in the Leaves, Roots, and Fruit course, you're going to see me plant these out, and I'm going to harvest them next week, and that's also going to be in your course. So something as simple as this, you guys, we can all do this, right? Can we all do this? We can all do this, no matter where you live. Like, we can all be gardening consistently all the time with this, right? So this is inside your, this will be inside your Leaves, Roots, and Fruit course starting next week. Jody says, I have much smaller trays. That's okay. Is the course available anytime? Great question, Whitney. It does not expire. So you can go through and watch the Leaves, Roots, and Fruit course and watch it again and watch it again. And the coolest thing is we're going to be together doing it together. Maribel says, opinion on the SubPod composter. I don't love the SubPod composter personally because I don't want to take up my planting space in my raised bed. I feel like raised beds are pretty expensive, and so I want to plant all over my raised bed. I don't want something taking up my space, if that makes sense. So I think it's a cool idea, but I don't want to give up any square footage in my raised bed. If you join me inside of the Leaves, Roots, and Fruit course, you're going to get to see like up close in all of my beds. And you're going to see how I do not leave a square inch open. Like, I fill it up. All right. So if you ordered the book, you got to enter your information. Okay. If you don't tell us your information on our website, then we won't know that you ordered it. So I'm going to put the link. Monica's been doing an amazing job putting the link in there too, but I'll put the link in the chat. It's leavesrootsandfruit.com, and there's a little form for you to fill out. And that's all you got to do. As soon as you fill it out, boom, we're going to send it to your email address. Isha said, just received the bonuses. Where does the info go? Just scroll down the page and you'll see a little type form. Here, I'll show you guys. I have an idea. I can do this. I can show you. Are you ready? I'm sorry, I should have done this earlier. And then I have a fun little question to ask you, all right? So let me move the chat. All right, this is the pre-order page, right? So you go down here, it tells you all about the things, how to order the book. These are all the places where you can order my book. The minute you finish ordering, you're just going to go right here and start to put in your information. Do you see that? So it's just a little form right here where it says step 2, tell us the details about your order. And as soon as you do that and press submit, then you're going to get all the information sent to your email address. Does that make sense? So it's just right here on a form right underneath, right here where you pre-order the book. That's all you got to do. Super, super simple. All right. So I have a question for you guys. When did I become, oh, you just got your bonuses? Yes, Dana. Barbie says, I got it. Great. All right, listen, when did I become when did I become a jogger or a runner? Did I become a runner when I ran to the end of the block? Did I become a runner or a jogger when I ran my 5K? Did I become a runner or a jogger when I ran my half marathon? Y'all tell me in the chat, when did I become a runner or a jogger? What do y'all think? End of the block, when you called yourself one, when you decided to run in the first place, when you ran to the end of the block the first day. Where is she? Hannah. Hannah says when you consistently ran. Ding, 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 ding. Jennifer says into the block and decided to run. When you started, when you were consistent, that's it, Dana. You became a runner when you asked your uncle. Awesome. So here's the cool thing, okay? I became a runner the day I started running, right? I became a runner the day I put my shoes on and went to the end of the block. I stayed a runner every day after that I put my shoes back on and went out for another jog, right? So like today, even though I ran in college, I would not be called a runner right now if I don't run. Following me? Right? So Jennifer's like, so I became a gardener when I bought some cute overalls. Only if you wear those overalls in the garden consistently, right? Okay, so if I stop running, I'm not a runner anymore. And if you stop gardening, you're not a gardener. But as soon as you decide you want to garden, and every time you try to grow a little something, you are a gardener. Okay? You're a gardener when you're gardening consistently. And that is the whole point of Leaves, Roots, and Fruit. That's why I wrote the book. That's why I'm so passionate. That's why I'm spending this time with you guys tonight instead of with my kiddos, is because I want you to garden consistently. And I know the world will change for the better. So just a little insight as we finish up, you have a few more minutes to get the bonus, is that with writing a book, books are not about making money. They really are about making impact. So just so you know, for about every book that you guys order, Gardenary makes about $1, okay? So I am so thankful for that dollar, don't get me wrong, but I just want you to know when you go to Amazon or Barnes and Noble or any place to order a book, generally speaking, for almost all authors, the author or the company the author works for gets about $1, okay? So I just want you to know this isn't about me making a ton of money or my company making a ton of money. This is about impact. And when you pre-order the book tonight, you tell booksellers everywhere, this kind of book is important. This kind of book should be shown to more people. And in the book writing world, pre-orders are everything. Pre-orders tell everybody which books should be put in front of more people. And so that's why I'm literally begging you to pre-order my book because it will change the trajectory of my book. And it could literally change the trajectory of gardening. It could help make gardening ordinary again. So when Devin and Sebastian and Louisa and Laura and Rochelle and Shelly order this book, then Amazon, Barnes & Noble, they all decide to go show my book to more people. And that is what I care the most about, is getting more people to try gardening, to get on their shoes and get out there and run to the end of the block. All right. Thank you guys so much. If you did not get an email, you can go to leavesrootsandfruit.com and put in your information. Monica, I'm going to ask you one more time for the winners so I can announce those here. And if you won, all you have to do is go to email us at hello@gardenary.com and we will send you the bonus. Okay, so we'll get you set up. If you pre-ordered and you didn't get it registered into the form, then you can just email us at hello@gardenary.com. All right, Nina, if you're having trouble, just go back to that page, slide right down, and you can put it in that form. All right, so we've got Libriana, Con, Keisha, Vinzial, Raquel, Sebastian. It's kind of all together. But you know who you are. I think it's Libriana, Con, Keisha, Vinzial, Raquel, Sebastian, and Anne. So if you won, email us at hello@gardenary.com and we will be sure to get the book pre-ordered for you guys. Oh, Libriana Khan is me. Hi, Libriana. Yay. All right, you guys. Jill said, I saw your Instagram post on running 10 minutes. Just get out there. I got on the treadmill immediately. That's amazing. All right, you guys, thank you so much for spending the evening with me. I really appreciate it. I hope you have the very best rest of your weekend. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for making the garden ordinary with me. Now, stay tuned. If you pre-ordered, it's still not too late. Just go to leavesrootsandfruit.com. And tomorrow morning, we are beginning the Super Simple Salad Box Challenge. Okay? Super Simple Salad Box Challenge begins tomorrow morning. So if you pre-order tonight, your salad gardening journey begins tomorrow morning. You'll get an email. You'll get the first video that's going to walk you through how to grow salad in just one little box. It's awesome. It's a super simple salad box. You're going to love it. So that challenge begins tomorrow. So you still have time after we get off tonight to go pre-order the book and go to that page and put your information in, and we'll send it to you and you'll get an email with the super simple salad box tomorrow. All right, you guys, thank you so much. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I will see you tomorrow for the Super Simple Salad Box Challenge. Take care. Bye.